Chapter 3, Train Orders. This chapter gives the rules pertaining to the movement of the train orders, prescribed forms for the train orders, and their uses. Movement by the trains, Rule 201, authority, brevity, and accuracy. For movement requiring the use of train orders will be issued authority and over the signature of the train dispatcher. The train orders contain the information and instructions essential to the movements. They must brief and clear and prescribe the applicable without erase or alteration, interlineation. Trains orders will be plainly written by the figures, must not be surrounded by the brackets, circles, and other characters. Each train order must be given in the same words to all personnel. Address. Rule 202, initials under the last word. The initials of the train dispatcher will be placed directly under the last word in the body of the order. Additions of the train orders must not be made after they have been completed. Rule 203, number orders. Train orders except for Form Q, the relating train track condition structures. Equipment must be numbered consecutively from the beginning of each calendar to the train orders of the Form Q relating to the track condition structure. Equipment must be numbered to the consecutive regardless of the under a separate series of numbers designated in Chief Train Dispatcher, for example, being 501 continuing 599 for the repeat. Rule 204 addresses train orders showing the number, date, issued, place, copy must be addressed to those who are execute them. For a train must be addressed for the conductor, engineer. Eligible copy must be furnished to each of the person addressed, including the engineer and the pilot. And train orders for the engines can be addressed to the yardmaster and to the C&E yard engines and to the C&E engine blank. Train orders addressed to the operators affecting the movement of the train must be respective conductors or engineers, the same as if they address to them. The train orders delivered to the crew of the train will later change the direction of the identity and will be addressed using the identification of the train at the point of where the where the orders are received. Rule 205, designation of train. Train orders and clearances. Regular trains designated the number 10, adding an engine number in the train orders when known as extra trains and extra work extras will be designated for the engine number direction. Extra 7980 east and work extras will be designated each number as work extra 7980. When the engine in another company is used, it will be designated for the initial name of the company preceding the engine number. When two or more extras mentioned in the train orders of the word 2 and 3, depending on the number of most of the usage of the engine 210 and engine 460 run as in 2 extras, meeting the 3 extra 7980 and 7990 and 800 north. Rule 206, single of a copy. To transmit train order, the work copy followed a number of copies. Direction must be given to each of the offices addresses. Copy 5 north, copy 7 west. Is each station equipped for the train order single? When there are no train orders delivery in the train order single must clearly except for the interlocking station when before and operating copies of a train order except at the station when the train orders originates and is required to receive clearance in the station. He might immediately display the train order signal to stop and advise the train dispatcher the SD stop displayed at any direction. When the train order is displayed at stop to deliver the train orders, the signal must be changed to the clear until such orders have been copied, delivered, and annulled. And it should be changed to the clear instruction of the train dispatcher if no orders have been transmitted. Each station is not equipped with a train order signal. When the operator instructed to copy a train order and communications failed before instructions complete, all the train addresses, all the train in the direction must stop and not proceed, and the communication is reestablished. 206, the train order signals in the interlocking station, except for when the train order signal is equipped with flashing lights. The train order signals at interlocking stations must be kept for stop until the route is lined interlocking cleared to permit the movement, and at any time order or signal may be changed to clear if there are no train orders or hand delivery. 207, transmitting and repeating with verbal transmitting repeating of the train orders and clearance and number of 1 over the 10 are the most first pronounced for each figure that has been stated separately. Number of less than 10 pronounced and then spelled. Station names, directions must be pronounced and spelled. Rule 208, writing train orders. Operators must not. Rule 208, writing train orders. Operators must not write any part of the train order until it has not been transmitted by a train dispatcher. When the train orders are written or typewritten in the letters capitalized, operators receiving the train orders must make the required numbers of copies during the transmission. When the practicability, a copy of each train order must be kept in the office file. Rule 208, recopying orders. Except for provided in Rule 208, the required number of copies the train order cannot be cannot be made. The transmission operator must make additional copies from the one previously repeated. The most repeated to the train dispatcher. The new copies for the additional copies are written with subcopies. Such copies must be shown original time, date, and where they made complete. The name the operator recopied to order. The operator's name will be not entered in until there has ever been repeated. Okay, receiving a copy of each written, such as must be kept and showing the time of the date of the order repeated. For example, repeated time and date for the train dispatcher must note the time and the date. Repetition statement from the order the repeated of the train order book 2008. Rule 208. Duplication. Train orders must be duplicated mechanically. 209. Transmitted simultaneously. A train order must be sent to two or more operators. Must be sent simultaneously to as many as them possible. When not sent simultaneously to all, the train order must be sent into the first train, being restricted when a train other order transmitted to operators must, unless otherwise directed, repeat it once for the copies in the succession of the operators will address unless excused from the train dispatcher. Each operator receiving the train order must observe others repeat correctly, calling attention for any description. When a train order has been repeated correctly to the train dispatcher will be completed. Given in the time training dispatcher initials, the operator will show them complete in the space provided in the time and his last name. He must repeat the word complete and last time to train dispatcher unless otherwise provided. He deliver each copy to each person addressed and complete. Must not be given to the train order and other trains until complete and has been given. And acknowledgement received for the operator copying under order of the train that has been restricted. Rule 209A. Error in transmitting. When the error is made in transmitting order that has been made completely, all copies immediately destroyed, ordered, and marked void for the train order book is reused and given to another number. Rule 209. Mechanically transmission at points designated special instruction train orders clearances and transmitted mechanically when so transmitted repetition of the train order clearance and not cleared and complete time and order train or and okay time of clearance will be given and transmitted, and the name of the train dispatcher will be shown instead of the operator where relayed through, and train orders restriction must not be sent in a manner unless it is known in the train being in the restricted will not leave the point without receiving the train order. Special instructions will prescribe how the train orders are delivered at these points. Rule 210. Relaying. To relay a train order, the train dispatcher must transmit it to the relay operator. The relay operator must repeat in order the train dispatcher the transmit destination to the person receiving the destination after the obtaining the signature of the conductor or the engineer who required to repeat the order to relaying the operator. The relaying the operator must underscore each word and the number as repeated on his office copy. This relaying operator will inform the train dispatcher of the order that has been copied and repeated correctly. Comply with the given in train dispatcher relay destination acknowledgement of the complete relay in the train dispatcher. The relay operator may transmit orders of clearance mechanically in authorized points prescribed in Rule 209B. In the case of the orders of clearance and repeated in the relaying of the operator before the transmitted in station. Rule 211. Previous date. When train dispatcher must transmit a train order in a previous date, he will inform the person receiving the order original date which has been placed in the space of the train order form with complete is given in the date of the complied and transmitted in the train dispatcher. The person receiving the order will write to the typewriter on the current date of the complete time. Rule 212. Checking the correctness. Immediately upon the receipt of the clearance of the train orders, they must be carefully checked in correctness addressed in the crew numbers that must be addressed in the order numbers of clearance must be corrected for the order received. All crew members must comply with the requirements of the train order. Remain each other of the continents. Any errors or omissions, misunderstandings, train order clearance is immediately corrected unless authorized train dispatcher operators may not divulge information of the train orders to be delivered, and train orders may not be acted upon other than addressed except for the provided Rule 204. When error has been made in the date of an address, the clearance is not necessary to change train orders. The clearance corrected by the verbally authority train dispatcher in the following is manner of clearance of the C and E train at the station of OK and at time and date, and should be correct address in the date instead of incorrect address in the date. This word and repeated when the conductor engineer held in the clearance is notation to correction of the time in which it should be written in the margin of the clearance without otherwise altering the clearance, and the conductor engineering must inform the crew members of the correction made when the record of the correction must be made at the train dispatcher. Rule 213. Train order in effect. Train orders are made completely continuing in effect of unfilled, superseded, annulled, voided, and any part of the specifying particular movement is superseded, annulled, and in train order fulfilling complied with its requirements, and except for the provided Rule 214 orders by or issuing trains, any part of the other order than relating to the train becoming voided as such train losses in authority to operating the train. This could happen to the regular train losses in authority to provide Rule 4 and Rule 82, and schedule and annulled when any extra train authority is fulfilled and annulled. Rule 214, retaining train orders and forms or KQTV orders relating to the track condition structures. Equipment must be retained and then compiled within all trips that are made during the tour of the duty on which such orders are received unless they are annulled. Other train orders will be retained, complied with, and authorized in train order retain, observes order number blank and number three numbers blank relieved during the trip. And Rule 215, when the conductor engineer relieve the completion of the trip and all train clearance instruction held them deliverable. Relieving the conductor engineer such training order clearances instruction must be compared to relieving the conductor engineering before proceeding. If cannot be personally delivered to the relieving crew, the conductor will relieve the envelope of location designated in train dispatcher. The envelope must be shown in designation of the train date and location, conductor's signature. If the train dispatcher annulls the train orders and all such train orders clearances may be removed. If the engine caboose of the crew being relieved, then the train dispatcher must tell the relieving crew where they pick up the train orders and leave the terminal. Train orders instruction pertinent information must be compared to relieving conductor engineering with a train dispatcher where communication is available before proceeding. Rule 216, issued in point restricted. Except for initial stations, the train order must not be issued, restricting the train order when ordered delivery if it can be avoided. When it cannot be avoided, the train orders is stated. The train gets this order at the station. At the train being restricted by the stop to the operator, the flagman signals necessary if the short main apply. As short of the point applies to the station before the train dispatcher and OK clearance of the restricted train when its time of the station and wait order expires before the travel and restricted train before the train advances the meeting waiting point has been arrived. The clearance from the main track train dispatcher is notified. Train dispatcher may OK. The clearance of train order may be delivered with stopping of the train advancing to the station where opposing the train receiving the order must approach the station restricted speed expecting to find the train receiving in the order of the main track. 217 delivery near the point of destruction. That's 217 and the real delivery point not restricted. Delivery near point restricted when a train order restrict train not a point less than 5 miles of the station when which the delivery order is to be made. The operator must be instructed to stop the train before the order of the flagman signals and if necessary. Using flagman signals is necessary. Rule 218 delivery orders the train order to the delivery train at the point of the other train order office at the point of the office closed within closed must be addressed in C&E and in between the blank and care of and for the ward delivery to the person who in care it is addressed and responsibility for delivery. When delivery is made for the conductor engineering another train and the numbers of such orders must be shown clearance of the train making. Delivery and both conductor and engineer must be supplied in copies if necessary. The train must be stopping to effect delivery and clearance addresses the same manner as the train order accompanying the order delivery. Such clearance does not authorize the train to which the order is sent to the passenger train order signal displaying the stop of the station from within. The clearance is sent to the train orders must be sent in the manner restricting the train unless combined with delivery on the authority of the train to operate. 219 restricting the orders requiring signatures under the following conditions. The train order restrictions must be repeated until the operator has obtained the signature of the conductor engineer of the train order on the train order, and train order must not be signaled until the conductor engineering understands that the train will be restricted to the following conditions. When a train receiving the clearance of the station, the train engine has been passed by a train order signal displaying clear when the annuling authority is restricting a work extra. When necessary, the train dispatcher to know that any order of delivery in the conductor engineering is complied with the restriction before the order is completed or other train. The clearance has been delivered in the station before OK and is given to the clearance and numbered clearance must be annulled by the train order number. No non-numbered clearances must be returned to the operator. Who must make the marks of the void in time and the date keep on file. They must be reported or recorded for the train dispatcher delivery train orders and addressed to the train at the station. The not to be returned to the operator. Near clearance must be shown that the numbers of all trains received in the station. 219 restricting order to the crew member. When a train order restricting a train is issued to the crew member, the order must be transmitted until the conductor engineering has assured the train dispatcher that both conductor engineering understand that their train is restricted and that they can comply with restriction rule 220. Additional operator orders of non-destruction after the clearance is delivered if used in a train which does not restrict the train dispatcher authorize additional clearance without requiring the operator to secure the original clearance. Additional clearance must show the numbers of all orders delivered to the train station. Rule 221. Clearance requirement except for the clearance of transmitting mechanically. They must be filled out, manifold operated without insurance and alteration. They must include the date, station address, total number of orders. If none, show no. The number of each train order, if any, address of the train, and the train numbers must be listed in the clearance of the following sequence and the number ordered. Slow caution orders, movement orders, previous date, movement orders on the current date. Orders of the current date. Orders must be transmitted to address and order the numbers of clearance of the train dispatcher when they make a record of the check. The correct dispatch will go in time has an initial and an operator will be entering the clearance within the operator's name. Clearance must be issued without authority to the train dispatcher. The copy of each clearance must be kept in office. File Rule 222 train order aspects of train order shown in position sophomore arms and position to target color lights of the combination thereof the shown in the two figure Rule 224 25 26 and C figure 4 the sophomore type signal is the governing arm displayed with the right as the mass reviewed and approaching train indication displayed on the displayed in a train order signal giving direction will govern all trains moving in direction on the track light color light type train order signal display continuous and with any part of the train passes the train order signal and stop. The train must not leave the station without receiving the clearance. One exception in the train order signal the stop position or light absence of the light or color of the light. The type order signal operator is not on duty and the train receives without clearance upon advice of the train dispatcher that no train orders from the train at destination. Rule 22 the special precautions restriction order to deliver train order restriction at a point where the train cannot otherwise require the clearance train dispatcher if practical notify and acknowledge notification conductor engineering that they are receiving restricting a train order at the point of the must not leave the clearance control signal when available must be used to ensure the train does not pass the point of when receiving the clearance if the delivery of the train order cannot be ensured prescribed one of the most both of these means the operator must be instructed to stop training using a flagsman signal to Rule 223 call an addiction and call on addiction and to enable a train dispatcher in advance to train beyond the train order office of the station restricting opposing the following train as necessary to train order the first to be used. It may be issued a Form N and the train order must be issued to the operator will authorize to give one of the call-on signals shown in the figure 4 if the time is specified in order that has been expired. When the approaching train has been past the last station, reaching the office of the Form not N, the train order is issued. Verbal authority may be given as follows. I have the Form N in the train order to advance the train on a main track and standing hold on from the end train order until the time. And if it cannot the train orders are to be delivered in the time specified in the train and must not be accepting a call authority at station equipped for the two position train order signals operating the train and order signal from red to green several types immediately restore the signal to the display stop indication. A station equipped with three position type of train order signals displays one of the indication return the signal display red aspect of knowledge from the one from engineer illumination letter and indicators were approved when authorizing an operator or indication approach in train orders delivery with an authorized movement of the next station beyond against in ahead of the superior train with the engine most properly acknowledged and called on a signal orally sound whistle and sounding 15C and referred to figure 3 proceeding of the main track of the receive orders and the train is stopped and the engineering acknowledge the call on indication clearance that orders have been received. Flag protection must be provided for when required. And the train order system from the Rule 224 on the right hand side with a circle and is the red and it moves over and it slides over to the circle and the flashing and standing pole with a light and a standing pole with a marker on it. Indication stops unless clears are received. Yellow if it's half is 45 degrees and the lights flashing and it's on a stick. Proceed on main track to the order train. Rule 25. Rule 26. Name cleared from the left to the top, the left to the bottom 45 degree and flashing fold. Flashing bulbs and filled in a square marker. Proceed. Prescribed forms for the train orders following the prefix of the S single track. Those prefix D are the tracks and current are the traffic established following explanation of the train order when applies the train order examples shown as Anna Hope and the initial name of the train station of the subdivision. Anna to Hope is westward and southward. Hope and Anna is northward. Eastward and northward. Eastward and northward regular trains are Hope and Anna are even numbered. Westward and southward regular trains are numbered Anna Hope. First class trains are numbered 1 and 10. Second class trains are numbered 24, otherwise 360. For example, eastward and northward regular trains are superior, opposing the train in the same class. Rule 23D. Only authorized abbreviations are used in written authorization. CT 401 train orders clearance form and other authorized transportation department. 3 abbreviations as follows: initials, the signature of superintendent, standard abbreviations of the name of the months: BC Burricane, BDA blocking device applied, BDR blocking device removed, C&E conductor, engineer, and motorman. Z's and conductors, com incomplete, CP control point, CS controlled siding, DC detector car, DCS training dispatcher. ANG diesel electric MU electric locomotive engineer engineering FRM MW and single foreman to HNR C highway rail car and ANT interlocking JCT junction and MP milepost per hour MPH mile W Z and MW maintenance of the way Z and O number OK and correct. Operator as an operator OPR and as an operator PSG and passenger RDC and rail diesel car sect is secondary track TC and track car TCD and track car driver TV train van extra XRA and extra. Rule 25. Upon approval of the training meeting the passing point of the unintended and other train and not inciting the conductor engineering must find out the train dispatcher operator if there are any orders. Train order station must not be closed until the permission is obtained on the train dispatcher. When approved, must be arranged and again indicate no train orders. Examples: a train authorizes movement trains not provided in the timetables following section show example of the state which orders and explanation permit attending to the use of these uses. Train orders must be written using the form 4092 train order. Before leaving a train ordering station, the train must first receive a clearance of the DA form 4091R. Clearance A is used in conjunction with the DA form 4092R clearance that provides the conductor engineering with a list of all train orders that apply to their train, completed with the sample instructions for each of them included in the appendix. Both forms are reproducible. Refer to FM 20 for the additional information. Establishing meeting points for opposing trains in essay. And number 2, engine at Amtrak's 500 meet. Number 1, engine Amtrak 505 at Dora. Number 1, taking siding. What that read is the number of the main trackage engine at the Amtrak meet at the Amtrak's 500. And extra 210 East meet at 3, extra 231 and 278 25 West Best, and extra 210 East and taking siding. Number 9, engine 1400 meet. Number 224 engine 370 at Betson meet extra 330 East and Fay, and number 9 taking siding at Bessing extra 330 East taking siding at Fay extra 9151 East meet extra 550 Westing track Glen. Trains receiving these orders will run to respect to each other's designated point, meet manner, and prescribe the rules at meeting points established for the SA train order, and the train must specify the train's tracking siding except for the movements on each of the end of the siding, governor and controlled. The words taking siding and taking on blanketed track will apply to designated track when the trains and instructed to the forms S and A train order must not be used in must not be used an established meeting point between the work extra and another training. It is almost issued and established a meeting point at the beginning of CT and CT. APB and interlocking limits, and including the one station end of the multi-main tracks initial termination station. Item 4 will be established a meeting point on the designated track other than the sliding direction of the train passing and running ahead of another train. Number 1 engine 830 8300 passes number 7 engine and 465 at Eden. Number 7 at the taking side. Extra 594 east passing number 8 engine and 283 at Cloy. Number 8 taking side. All trains will be running designated point of the range, following the train promptly to the training. Orders must be stated in the training that to take a siding. When an inferior receives a training order to pass, the superior authority conferred to the run ahead of the train pass with the designated points. Extra 915 at East Hope runs into the number 6 engine 374 Extra Hope of the Anna. Number 234 engine 848 run ahead for the number 3 engine of 475 Eastern Worth in Southern Central Anna Hope. The first name is authorized to run ahead of the second name of the train between points and designated. Another example of 2, 3, and 4 is delayed in receiving the authority to run ahead of the superior train in the first name. They allow the second name for the train to pass. The train order will then be considered in full, given over the opposing train as SC. The following example is the first name train superiority between the points named. Neither point of the train restricted for the order except between the points named unless the order states and otherwise. Number 1 engine of the 500 has been the right over the number engine over number 2 engine 550 best of the door. Number 335 number engine 9500 has the right over 90. Number 242 engine 848 endure to the Hope. 243 engine 915 has the right over 242 engine at 910 and to the Hope. And 353 engine 5300 has the right over number 224 engine 76007 and a door holding main track at door against the 242. Extra 8445 West has been has the right over the number 2 engine on the 500 and into the door. If the train meets either designated station, the first named train must be taken siding unless otherwise prescribed as shown in item 4 and 4 or number 353 holding the main track at the door against the number 242. The train must be at the door and 242 and must be taken aside. If an inferior train must be proceed between points named, and if it is applicable, the clear time superior train is required. Ruled as to 87 before opposing the extra authorized unless meeting the established one extra must be superior. Opposing the extra forms SC in training other order and entire territory within both extra authorized exception when not practicable to establish superior order. Superiority over the entire territory, whether both extras are authorized extra made to the superior instructed to hold the main track. Take sidings not leave the point of superior ends of the opening. The extras have been arrived. Extra 8964 has been right of the extra 9302 West Point Anna. The item 6 of the both the extra authorized and the extra between Anna and Hope and extra 9302 must be not leave on Anna until the extra 8964 East has been arrived in Anna unless authorized to do so by train order. Extra 706 of West has been right over the extra 6681 East Anna and door wait and until 1401 Blessed 1420 Cloy 1445 for extra 6681 East. Item both extras will be authorized between Anna and door and either extra both, not both, but may not authorize with the west of the door. For extra authority, its origin, its term, and its door has not authority to occupy the main track door. Extra 7601 must not be past designated written patent points at times given unless 66081 has been arrived, and 66081 must be clear time specified and designated points are required. At 787 the words extra X81 East are omitted. 7607 West must not be past the points needed until the time has been given. Extra 8982 West the right over the extras 501 7 east end of the Fay, the taking side or the holding main track, not leaving the Fay unless the extra 507 or 5107 has arrived. An item both extra have been authorized between A and a Hope, and it is not practicable to establish superior over the entire extra. For example, may be instructed at 8982. When not in the leave of a Fay, either enter the territory superiority being established under unless extra 501.7 has been approved by the Fay. It must not be extraction, and it may be superior. 2. Taking holding a main trackage in both trains are authorized as the best. Beyond the Fay, extra 8982 was to have been right over extra 5017 east end of Decloy will not leave the Glen unless extra 5017 east has been arrived. Item will not be used to Decloy at the beginning of the current traffic operation territory where signal identification supersedes the superior order of the trains if there are extras authorized beyond the territory. In order to must extra 8982 was leave the territories unless the 5016 has arrived. The extra 6574 East has right over extra 92376 West Fay to Coy. And item 10, both extras are authorized between Fay and Coy, and either an extra not both, but both and not in both may be authorized West and Fay. Either extra in both and both may not be authorized East and Coy. The extra whose authority originates and terminates at Fay and Coy and has not authority to occupy the main track of Fay and Coy. Given the right over the train, for example, is established first name train and being superior right over the train, moving the same direction between the points. The name number 243, engine 9950 have been right over number 9, engine of 6500 or extra 3301 West Anna to Hope. I'm going to stop there on the 100th page.